Hey y'all, it is almost Christmas time and that means the Christmas crunch. So today I'm going out with a friend to do some shopping and I have a gift for you. Let me put these on so I can see you better. Here's my gift for you. If you are the sort of person who, like me, has been invited to many holiday gatherings, that means you're probably going to find yourself in the sort of small talk conversations that most of us try to avoid. So, the next time somebody comes to you and says, "What's new?" or a number of other questions, or you feel stuck in the middle of discussing the president or other politics, use this word. Alluvion. All right, y'all, this is important, so I'll take these off. Repeat after me. Ah-lew-vee-ohn. Just what does alluvion mean? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you that too. You can use this information to impress or bore whoever you're talking to enough that they will move on to their next challenge. Now, to tell y'all the story of what alluvion is and why it matters, I'm going to have to do some quick traveling. So we're going to go from my front door to now the Mississippi River, you see right here, is roughly 4,000 years old. 4,000 years old. It's only been in the past 300 that we've really tried to use it for commerce, and only in the past 100 years that we've tried to control it. Now, for better or worse, it is hard to control a river. Just ask the Army Corps of Engineers. And that is why if you look at maps that are going back 100 years, you'll see the river has moved just about as many times. Now, what happens each time a river moves? Well, it can expose land that was covered by water, it can cover land up, and it can actually move land around. Now, we just came from the river back there, and directly behind me is the famous cathedral, St. Louis Cathedral in New Orleans. And right in front of that cathedral, we have, all decked out for the holidays, the famous Decatur Street, not pronounced Decatur, as someone recently told me they had heard. Fun fact, Decatur actually means levee. So this street was once the river wall to protect the city with a levee. And that means that everything from the street going down to the river was once not there. How's that for a fun Christmas fact, Maddie? When the Mississippi moved, not that many years ago relative to its lifespan, it deposited a big delta, or a crescent-shaped delta, and that has helped the shape of the river and the shape of the city that bears the name, Crescent City. Now, commerce provided reasons for people to further drain that crescent and that delta and turn it into the sturdy ground that I am standing on right now. And that's where we get everything from Decatur, which now looks further and further away, to the river. And there you have a story of how a city got its bend. And the process of that land moving around back and forth by Mother Nature, well, that is called, you guessed it, alluvion. Say it again, alluvion. So you might be thinking, okay, Elisa, cool story, but what all does that have to do with real estate? Now, in the instance of New Orleans, when one piece of land shifts to another side, it can shift things like city limits, property lines, and other boundaries. It would, with that much drama, be feasible for you to have land on the East Bank and the West Bank, although that's highly unlikely. What's far more likely to happen is that you have land on a much smaller river. Perhaps you're up on the North Shore and you're on the Tchefuncte, or its little sister, the Little Tchefuncte. You know, the sorts of rivers throughout Louisiana with original names that next to a major artery like the Mississippi are going to look like small capillaries. Often these rivers serve as your property line. If your land is shifted, has your property line shifted? Well, if you have a small river where boats can't go down, non-navigable, your property line starts and stops in the middle of that river. Did you lose your land? Not quite. You can actually go and claim it. You might want to check exactly where you live, but you have a limited time window, about a year in most instances, where you can actually claim that land back. You don't go out and move it, you just have land now on both sides of that body of water. But before we head back, I wanted to give you one look at this really fantastic sunset over the Crescent City formed by Alluvion, one of the reasons we love living here. You can share that at your next dinner or cocktail event. And just like that, I'm back home to say thank you for following me. This has been Elisa Cool-Murphy with French Quarter Realty, licensed in the state of Louisiana. Please see my Instagram for contact information, and Maddie would like to tell you what she'd like for Christmas. That's right. Send your bones this way. You'll have a much appreciative golden doodle.
How should I say, she once had me. She showed me her snout, isn't it good, Norwegian word. Told me she worked in the morning, started sniffing around. I told Maddie, listen, what do you think I am? Some other kind of regular fucking hound? And when I owned I was alone, Maddie had run away. But then she came back to save me again. Oh, sniffing around the man's best friend. Oh, Maddie, sniff, sniff, woof, woof.